Hi, Adele Mitchell here, and I am doing your weekly forecast for the sign of Cancer. This is my zodiac board here, and I'm going to be looking into all 12 houses for your sign this coming week. This reading is also general, so you can take with it what you feel you can and leave what does not serve you. In your first house, you've received the Two of Wands. So you were kind of like in this pattern of working towards something. You've put in some efforts to the degree of kind of starting to see the top of the mountain that you've been climbing, but there's not a whole lot of results just yet. This is showing that in your self house, you're not going to want to give up. You're also going to want to be talking to others about your goals and your dreams and what you want to do in order to progress forward on this path. You're going to be reaching out. Don't feel like you are going to be overstepping boundaries or like an annoyance to others, because people are going to want to help you. In your possessions house, you've received the Seven of Cups. What's important to you this week, Cancer, is that you are making choices that serve your highest good. Making sure, too, that you're not overthinking things, right? Getting stuck in the what-ifs that life can bring forward. Trusting in your first thoughts, because if you go into those second thoughts, you may not progress at all. And there's going to be people here working with you too. So if your main focus is to enhance your job or your finances, or perhaps you are trying to find someone to spend your life with, or progressing in your marriage, there's going to be people here that are offering you advice and wanting to see your success. But if you get stuck in your thoughts and don't allow yourself to progress, then these people are going to be like, hey, what are we even here for then? You don't want to feel like you're wasting other people's times because you're making yourself create blocks. So that's going to be the focus for this coming week. And in your communications house, you've received the Three of Swords. Sometimes the cards come up and they say exactly what I just said. It's kind of part of being psychic, I guess. So once again, we will talk again about, not really leading people on in a way where you ask for their help, but then you kind of retract a little bit because you get stuck. With communications. And this Three of Swords, it's showing that people are going to want to see that they're helping you and not just be told that, yeah, that was nice, thanks, but then you don't follow through with their advice. It's going to make them take it personally. They're going to judge you. They're going to feel negative feelings towards you if they feel like what they're saying to you is not received and taken seriously. It's also going to be important for you to thank people more often lately so they don't feel like they're being taken for granted. Specifically in this week, the people that you're around and communicating with are going to be more sensitive than usual. So you want to take that into consideration as well. In your fourth house, you have your family house. You've received the Release card. Okay. Some people you just can't change. You can't change their thoughts. You can't change their opinions. You can't change the way that they talk to you or, see you. So this looks like a family member very stuck in their ways. Somebody that you love and you care about, but they tend to be very dominating at times, right? So with this Release card, it's showing that you kind of just have to agree to disagree. and also accept them for who they are and trust that they're not going to change, and you can still go forward and do what you want to do with the other people that are here to help you along your way. You can also gain a little space from that family member this week if you feel the need to do so too. In your pleasure house, Cancer, you have received the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is asking that you do not hold back on receiving abundance and then giving it to others. If you win something this week, which could very well be the case, and this is also kind of showing that you're open to playing games, entering contests, things of that nature that's going to bring pleasure to you. But when you receive from your winnings, you're going to want to give most of it out. I know, nobody wants to hear that. But by doing so, you're going to receive it back double, triple, quadruple. So much more is going to come back to you for giving to others. So that's really the name of the game this week. Something you're going to want to pay attention to so that you can feel abundant and fulfill that pleasure house. In your health house, you have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is showing that something's affecting you and your health that you've been ignoring a little bit. The page is asking you to face it, even if it presents fears for you, allowing yourself to trust in what you hear from perhaps a medical professional if you do decide to go and talk to somebody about this pain that you've been having, or an overwhelming feeling of stress or anxiety, whatever you're going through right now. It's going to benefit you to tap into it, because if you don't, it's just going to build up and up and up until you get to a point where you're like, not feeling good at all the way around, okay? I'm also getting the message that you could have a blocked throat and third eye chakra, something that you can definitely heal this week as well. And in your partnership house, you have the Five of Cups. When you're making plans with your partner this week, be aware of what those plans are. Make sure that they are enjoyable for you and your partner, because if not, the two of you are going to result in arguing. Complications will arise. You're going to be feeling like you're missing the mark with your partner. Compromise is going to be out the window. So when you plan ahead, make sure that you have everyone's thoughts and feelings at the forefront of your mind. Without that, as mentioned, there's going to be total chaos coming about. So, and, you know, the communication, that brings us to the communication house, causing corruption and sadness there too. So be sure to think outside of yourself when you're making plans so that things can flow well for the two of you in the future. This kind of comes as a warning, Cancer. In your 8th house, this is your transformation house, you've received the Star. The Star is asking you to not lose sight of your goals. As we mentioned here in the South House, you're taking steps. You're walking up that mountain right now, and it can be frustrating and it can be tiresome. You've been waiting a long time for, you know, success to come about, but this shows us here that you really don't want to lose hope, because you are headed towards something that's going to be extremely positive to you in the future. In your 9th house, this is where you have furthering education, learning something, gaining wisdom. You have the King of Cups. And I have a visitor. Hi, Callie. Hello. My sweet little Callie girl. She loves coming up and visiting when I'm doing tarot scopes, huh? Okay, so the King of Cups is showing that you can trust everything that you're doing. You don't have to worry too much about leading yourself astray. I see that, once again, I mean, these steps that you're taking are all to benefit you. So there's not really a lot that you need to learn this week, other than the fact that you just need to stay stable and not take on too much. As we mentioned here, you know, overthinking can really throw you off track. So that's something you're not going to want to do. Don't put too much on your plate, per se. You know, now is not the time to take a new class, right? Do a training, anything of that nature. Or in the dating aspect, you know, if you're really looking to hone in on a love interest, you know, dating many other people is not going to be in your benefit. So just focus yourself on what is happening now and not adding on to that. And in your reputation house, you have the 9 of Wands. This comes as a warning. Someone outside of you is going to want to jeopardize what you're working towards. This person has not come up in this reading yet. They're totally new in all this mix here. So listen closely, Cancer. This person is jealous. They're seeing that you're supported by friends. They're seeing that you're making perhaps a name for yourself, or that you're getting closer to accomplishing a relationship with somebody, and they're going to want to put a spike in your wheel to kind of set you off track. This has a lot to do with the philosophy house, you know, where we just said focus, focus, focus. Here we have a distraction coming in. This card is all about protecting what you've been working on. You know, if somebody wants to talk ill about you behind your back, you can just simply follow along the lines of truth, and you can remain silent so you don't create too much chaos here. Because silence is a very powerful way of handling things and pushing yourself forward through murkiness that other people want to create for you. So when this person comes up, don't give them too much attention. Don't let them ruffle your feathers, right? That's just going to create more problems for you, okay? Just kind of put them aside, push them away. In your friendship house, you have the ego. Callie, no, she's trying to mess up my cords. No, kitty. Okay, so the ego house, the ego card in your friendship house shows that someone within your friend circle is not a true friend. This is all going to come out with the people up here with your possessions house and your communication house. Because when you're not willing to be so forthcoming with what you're working on or what you're trying to accomplish, you've got other things going on in your relationship. There are a lot of aspects here that you have to, you know, mentally be attached to. So this friend is not going to be someone who is true to you. I'm picking up on this being the person that we saw here too. They're going to act like they are your friend, but in truth, they are not. They are talking behind your back. They're going to come to light this week. And the chance for you to let them go is very likely. I'm going to see what this 12th house brings as opposed in regards to who this person may be. Balance. Receive the balance card for your blind reading house. So when you do discover this person, if you do decide to let them go or push them off, There's plenty of other people that are going to be there to pick you up, plenty of other friends that are going to come out of the woodwork that are going to want to be there for you. So you do not have to worry about being alone or feeling like you're going alone in the future. There is a lot of good things coming out of this. It looks like you're going to be able to work with your partner here and bring balance to that situation. So everything that's coming up here is going to be very, very beneficial. It looks like you're going to learn and grow from this situation and still be able to stay on track as well. Thank you, Cancer, for coming here today and being a part of this reading. I'd love for you to be permanently a part of my channel for future readings, so please subscribe. And I wish you a blessed week. Thank you, and bye-bye.